Should be going live. Where to be? Right. Hey, what's up, traders? Welcome back to for live Forex Analysis. So we got Chris already here. Hello, Chris. Hi, George and Emily. Hello. So I'm trying this. I got my new software on there for this live. Live broadcast, so supposed to be good. Do you see? Oh, yeah, that's good. Okay, awesome. So it's working good. So Chris is asking, do you trade the Asian session British pound had a lift for some reason? I do sometimes, depends. Sometimes I do it, but I have to see the actual momentum and moves depending how this is. But I do trade in sometimes, rarely though. I always, most of the times, about 80 or 90% of the times, I do trade on the UK sessions. But there are times maybe I see some opportunities on the Asian session that I will trade, but it doesn't really happen very often. So I generally trade on them. Most of the times I trade on the UK sessions. So starting from like 7 a.m. or maybe 8 a.m. depending on when the opportunity arises. But I generally look at the markets early in the morning, see if there's any opportunities on that one, and then if I see something on the Asian session, I will wait and look at if it's going to start developing it, set it up, then I will trade on it. But it's mainly the UK session. So I didn't write this one. Let me have a copy and paste that. So I'm going to write this one down here because it's easier to track. So there you go. So Aussie USD. So I pre-selected these three currencies. So Aussie USD, Euro or Japanese yen, and Euro against USD. So I pre-selected these currencies. So guys, if you got any inquiries, any other currency pairs you want me to have a look at it, might as well just pop it in the chat box, and I will have a look at how they analyze the currencies, and if I see any levels on that one to trade on that currency pair, then I will mention that as well. So we do have 1.5 hours on the live stream, which we do Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. UK time for all these 5 days a week. So we have 1.5 hours on each session for this live stream. So plenty of time. So let's jump into which one was the first one. Yeah. Okay. Pretty dark picture. So Gambler is asking British pounds, Japanese yen. Hello Gambler. So is that your picture as a photo? I see a dark one. It's I don't know what kind of picture is it, but I can see it feels pretty dark. So British pounds against Japanese yen. Okay. And Chris is asking Euro against New Zealand dollar. So okay, let's jump into the British pounds, Japanese yen, and start analyzing. And then I will be analyzing on the pairs I mentioned on these three pairs as well. So yeah, keep the questions coming, as well as the any currencies you want me to have a look at it. So it's like a first come first serve, so to speak. So whoever asks the first, I'm gonna look at on that one. So okay, British pounds against Japanese yen. Ooh, looking good so far on the British pound, Japanese yen. Okay, so we are seeing the oops, I forgot my pen as well. Where is my Epic pen? It does help a lot. Where is it? Oops, no, there. Okay, there's my Epic pen. Okay, so we are seeing on the daily time frame. So we're seeing this nice move for today. So the price is shooting up on the British pound, Japanese yen. So okay, looking like a good momentum is picking up. Potentially, maybe we're heading to 130 to 70 zone. That said, so we do have this daily trend line down this area, as we can see, and this is a daily time frame. So the price sometimes likes to play tricks on this one. So it looking like now it's having a very good momentum, and the candle looking pretty strong bullish side. But at the end of the day, my price might retrace and come all the way down and close as like a sort of a doji or a inverted hammer candle. So we need to account on that one as well. But so far it's looking pretty good. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Okay, yeah, looking good. So we do have this. So we have this resistance level on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, daily time frame. Let's go to daily time frame again. 132. Okay, so which one? Okay, so this is this level. So this is the spikes up here. Okay, so this one looking already quite interesting. So let's go back to 4-hourly. So we are seeing this nice momentum towards upside. So we have seen this 3 or 4, this especially this one and this one is nice 4-hourly candles. So price is making way it's up. So I think it's gonna have some reaction on this 4-hourly resistance. So 132.35. So that will be interesting. I do want to wait and see what the price is gonna do when it's when and if it comes up to this level. So that will be interesting. And after that, we're going to look for the retracements. I already see potential for the semi-swing on the daily high, which was at 132.70. So let's go to 1-hour time frame, see if we can identify some levels. Okay, now looking nicely on the 1-hour time frame. Look at this nice bullish candle up here. It just the candle just expanded on that one. Okay, so looking pretty decent, looking very good. So 132.35 is further up. So I do want to see what the price is going to do when it comes up to this this resistance. It's only about 15 pips away, which is very close, especially for the British pound and Japanese yen. This pair moves a lot. It has a very wide pip range, so that will be an interesting one. We are thinking probably I don't even want to wait for this one, and if the price has a retracement, let's see what the price potentially has in mind. Okay, so we do have 190. Okay, that will be an interesting one if the price start to retrace. So I do see the potential if the price comes down to this level down here at this. We see this low as well as we do have these highs. So that could be acting as a good support level. Maybe the price will come up and test this resistance first before it does that. The only thing we need to keep in mind that we don't want to see is the doji or indecision candle on the 1-hour time frame. So if the price, so after the price comes up and tests this 132.35 and then retraces down to 131, about 131.90 zone. So roughly speaking, it's around this level. So it's a decent area for the support and also to take the position towards upside. If the price will give, okay, so it's about 35 pips a retracement, which is there's nothing for this pair. Okay, let's see. So if the price comes out 131.90 with a stop loss, so we want about 20 pips, 20 or 25 pips. Okay, 20 or 25 pips will be good on this one. So we're going to position our stop losses down to this level. So we're going to be below these spikes. Probably give it 25 pips. It will be a bit more of peace of mind on that one because this pair, as I mentioned, it does have a wide range of, it moves a lot. So for the extra safety and extra peace of mind. So 131.90 and our targets. I just want to look at the 4-hour time frame. Okay, the target's gonna be this daily high up here, 132.70. So we're gonna target this one, so up this level. And actually, one thing I did miss it. So that will be our targets, 132.70 zone, which is this daily high. But I do want to reframe what I said before. The reason why Let me see if the price comes up. Okay, no. So I want to reframe that one. I want to wait for the 4-hour candle to close, actually, so before even taking the trade. So wait for the 4-hour candle to close. The reason why, if this candle is not closed yet and the price, let's say, retraced and came down, so the 131.90, which is potential for our entry, would be at this level. And if the price comes down and this 4-hour candle closes as a long wick, something like this one, a long wick, then that will not be a good sign to trade it. So that's why I want to wait for this 4-hour candle to close. So in about a couple of hours, so this candle is going to be closed, and after that, hopefully the price will give us opportunity to come down. So we're looking for a good couple of hours on this one, so it won't be that we're going to trade this one any yet. So we want to wait for the 4-hour candle, then a retracement at 131.90 with a 25 pip stop loss. Yeah, and the target's gonna be at 70. So we can use it 20 pips. So let me see. So 131.90. So we'll be looking at 80 pip gain on that one with a 25 pip stop loss, which is very good. But again, we want to wait for this 4-hour candle to close, so do not jump into the trade if the price will retrace on that time. So we want to wait for the candle. Oh, wow, yeah, it's flying higher. Yeah, the other thing is if the price decides to start flying and go up and up and up, then that's most likely, and if it's going to go too far from this level, then we might need to readjust the quality of the video. Oh, 720, okay. 720 is good. Someone asked? Or, okay. No, so I think this one goes as far as 720, and if it's higher than that, 1080, I think it's a paid version. You can't go on it. But 720 is a very good one, so. Again, so far, that's right. I want to mention the levels in here. So, give a Usdjpy. This can change in a couple of hours. So, yeah. Looks like it's gaining a lot of momentum, and it can change in the next hour or two. Okay, but so far what I can see is on the buy side. So type is definitely on buy. Entry is for the potential at 132. Oh no, 131. 131.90. So we want to wait for the 4-hour candle to close, and then we want a retracement to 131.90. I think the most likely, the way looking now, this pair is flying pretty high, so it's probably going to continue towards momentum, towards upside. So we might end up missing on that opportunity. So if it goes too far away, then we're going to leave this one alone. So we're gonna see. So entry on that one. Stop loss is 25 pips, and the target was at 132. I believe it was 132.70. If I'm not mistaken, so it's looking like slowing a bit. So which one was it? Okay, yeah, 132.70 was the target. Okay, so that's targets. Euro against New Zealand dollar. So that was who was asking? Oh, the quiz is asking Euro against NZD. So let's have a look at the Euro against NZD. Let's see. Yeah, we are seeing some movements, which is good. Yesterday was so flat. Yeah, kind of boring day yesterday. We haven't seen much movements due to a bank holiday and also summer and all that in the picture. So okay, so what we have in here. So UNZD from the daily time frame looks like it's pushing down for the potential to 77.30. Yeah, I do see this one as Maybe the price is making its way down to this 177.30. Okay, let's have a look at the 4-hourly time frame. Okay, 178.20. Well, this one has a good peak range. Okay, let's go to the 1-hour time frame. Still a lot of waiting game on this one. 78.20. That would be. Okay, this is definitely on the short sides. But there is that thing. Yeah, in this one again, we want to wait for the similarity in this one. We want to wait for the 4-hourly candle to close. So it looks like similar to the British pounds against Japanese yen. We want to wait for the 4-hourly candle to close with the same reason as well, so the price can come down. We do have this 4-hourly support down at this level, as well as so it's sitting on a support level, and we want to, for the price, ideally it will push a little bit lower, potentially down to this level, maybe for another 20 pips, and we want to see a close of this 4-hourly candle with a strong bearish candle, and after that we wait for the retracement. So if the price comes down, and okay, this one needs to push a little bit lower than so this one needs to come down at least 177.70 zone. So we have these lows down here, so we want to wait 4-hourly candle to close. We want to see a bearish close as well. I want to see a nice strong bearish close, then a retracement to, so if we close about 177.70, the retracement, oh wow, let's be too far. No, this one has a wide range as well. 178.05. Okay, so we're looking about 35 pips on that as well. So we want to, we wanted the 4-hourly candle to close, then a retracement up to this 178.05. So that will be quite a bit in a way. So about 35 pip retracement. Generally, I like to see a lower, maybe about 15 or 20 pips, depending on the condition. But this one looking like that it's picking up the momentum, so maybe it will have the move towards downside, and hopefully we're gonna have a nice bearish close on the 4-hourly time frame, then a retracement up to these. Let me see this one. So we do have this high as well. Roughly about 7780. Okay, no, that will be too close. So I will be positioning on 178.05. So roughly we're looking for this area to get into the trade. So at 78.05 with the 78.05. Ooh, this stop loss is gonna be quite big. Okay, so this problem with the stop loss is very wide. Okay, let me see what I can do in here, because generally I like to place the stop losses on above of the support or resistance level. So in this case, it's gonna be should have been around this level. But if we're gonna place that stop loss up there, then it will be no point of taking the trade, because it's not gonna work out with the risk reward perspective. So let me see what we can do. That's the price. So if we get onto a 78.05 with 25, 30. Okay, so it's a bit more risk involved in this one, because we can't really allow to place the stop losses up to this level, because that will be too far away. 178.70. So we can place our stop losses about 178. 35 or 40. So we're looking for about 30 or 35 pips stop loss on this one, but it's obviously a risk because the market, the price might come up and take out this low, and which means that it's going to take out stop losses as well. So on that context, it's not as desirable as let's say the British pound, Japanese yen on this. So as I said, target was down to 177. 177.30, so 177.30, that gives us 75 pips. Okay, so 75 pips gain with a 30 pips. Okay, I would personally probably will not take this trade actually, because the risk reward perspective and also the stop loss is not as good, but there is a potential for the trade. But as for my personal perspective, I would I'm not going to take. I would prefer to take the British pound against Japanese yen rather than this one. The first of all is a risk reward, and second is the stop loss is not in a, it's not a very desirable place to place that stop loss. So that's the two main things. So I would opt out on this one, but certainly there is a potential for the trade. As of the risk reward, it does work out 1 to 2, depending if you use your 35 pip stop loss, then it works out just over 1 to 2. And if you use 30 pips, then it's about 2.5, roughly about 2.5. So it's still a potential for the trade. However, as of from my perspective, I would on that one, yeah. Okay, so let's gonna go back to pretty sure looks on 4 hourly little buys coming in on 4 hourly. Yeah, on a 4 hourly, yes, but that's the reason why I want to wait for the for that 4 hourly candle to close, please, because if the buyers manage to push the price up and this candle closes as a doji or comes up and leaves a long tail, then it would be unfavorable. It will be good idea to trade this one until something else occurs. So that's why I want to wait for that down pressure to occur. But as of the buy side, I will not trade this one on the buy side yet, because it has quite a bit of to do in order for me to get onto the buy side. But certainly it does looking good for the sell side, but it has to do the things I mentioned earlier. So then it will be favorable to trade on the short side. Okay, so I'm going to write the levels on the Euro NZD. Let's see, Euro NZD. So will be tight, will be on sell. But yeah, again, I want to mention and emphasize on that one that wait for the 4 hourly candle to close. That's very important. So entry would be on for the potential. That's up to 178.05. 178.5. Stop loss S&L is was it 30 to 35 pips, but definitely not more than 35 unless you want to compromise your risk reward. I personally do not like compromising my risk reward because yeah, that's money. That's the money we're talking. So, and the stop loss and the target, potential target is at, was it 177.30? I believe 177.30. So that's the target. But yeah, again, wait for the 4 hourly candle to close. NZUSD. I feel like I analyzed the currency. No, I did not. I think I analyzed off the charts about a couple of hours back. Let's have a look. NZD USD. NZD. See what this one is doing. I think NZD was making, yeah, it was making a nice moves on this. So it looks like the currency is starting to move finally. I think NZD as well as Euro USD and Audi USD. They're looking. I mean, they obviously have a high correlation, but yeah, they're looking pretty much very similar. I think this is on a waiting game. The reason why, because we are sitting on this resistance. So this is a daily resistance zone in here. Looks like the price is having, it's picking up the strong momentum towards upsides, and maybe even there's a good chance that probably the price is going to continue up, but we do not. We want to wait for that confirmation. So let's have a look at the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, looking is very good. It's picking up the momentum on the upside, so that's good. That's good. Okay, so what we have on this one, yeah, it's a nice peak on the upside. Okay, well, I look at this similar to the 4-hourly candles. Again, this is yeah, I would really want to wait for the daily to get rid of that daily resistance, unless if we want to be a bit more adventurous and play it a bit more high risk. So we are seeing, so we have this daily spike in here. What the price normally does, price does like to take out the spike high. So potentially, if there is still a sellers on this currency pairs, they most likely place their stop losses somewhere up here. So, and then obviously prices, the market's job is to fulfill orders, and then the stop losses are orders. So the market, if there's enough stop losses, market will gravitate towards that stop loss. So stop losses, so 61.75. So that will be potentially 61.75. Let's have a look. I will personally wait on this one till tomorrow I do want to see the price breaking that daily resistance, and then it's actually already looking decent for the swing potential as well. So on this one, I would, if we want to take the trade as of to take a bit of a high risk, in a way, high risk trade, and I wanted to, as I said, 61.75 could be as our for our potential targets to play, but it does not have as let's say the high risk high win rate on that one. So that's why I would personally wait a bit more confirmation that the price wants to go up. So okay, let's go to 4 again. 4-hour time frame. Again, that depends on the 4-hourly time frame. Depends on how this candle is going to close. So again, I do want to see this 4-hourly candle. Looks like the similar setups only across the currency pairs. We do see that these 4-hour candles are important. So we need to wait for this 4-hour candle to close. So similar to the other currencies I analyzed. The 2-1 before. So they wait for the 4-hour candle to close, then we can look for the retracement down to 60, about 61.35, 61.35, but this one's going to require wider stop loss as well. Okay, that's not cool. 61.35. 20 won't be enough, so we need about 25. So this one needs at least a 25 pips stop loss. Okay, so our target was 61.75. So if we get on to 35, looking for 70. Yeah, this one as of the day trades, it would not work out very favorable. So we're looking for as of the target. So we get on to 35. Our target is at 70. 75, so that would be, yeah, the 30 pips, 40 pips on it. So 40 pips, and then we're going to take the risk of 25. That will be less than 1 to 2 risk rewards. I personally will not take that trade yet, but I do see certainly potential on this one towards upside. But first, we need to wait for the daily candle to close, and it's not going to happen until end of the day today. So if you're going to see a momentum towards upside and the price closing nice strong daily bullish candle, then it's going to be certainly we're gonna take the trade. So it's most likely on a semi-swing to the swing potential, so that will be a good. But first, the price has to push higher. So as of day trades, I would not take at the moment. It might change. The price might gain a lot of momentum. Then it could be might develop as certainly a nice potential for the trades. But it does looking that it's picking up the momentum towards upside. So there could be a semi-swing trade, depending what it's going to do. How this daily candle is going to close today. So I'm not going to mention the levels at the moment in this one because yeah, the risk reward doesn't work out. So if the risk reward doesn't work out, then trade, we're not going to take the trade. So British pounds, USD. So I'm going to analyze a couple of more currencies, then come back to the chat box and engage with the audience. So British pounds, USD, right? Yeah, British pounds, USD. Too many currencies to keep in mind. GBP USD is probably going to be similar to yeah, similar to the NZD USD in a way. Yeah, we are seeing a nice move on the British pounds USD, which means my trade actually not working out very well. I'm referring to my swing trades, the ones who follow me. It's I'm sitting on the euro against British pound, so I'm kind of counter, and then the pound is gaining strength, so it's actually not good for my trade, but yeah, anyway, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so on the daily time frame, we are seeing we are gaining a lot of momentum towards upside. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be the trade on this as of the today, not yet. So yeah, we are seeing the nice upside in here. Oh, actually, this one has a nice highs up here. Okay, we do have okay, let's go to 1 hour time frame. That one is looking good. Yeah, gaining a nice momentum. So I'm looking at even though some currency pairs they have a high correlation, sometimes you do see the setups, they might not work on the one currency, might not be looking as good as on the other one, but the setup you are trading, or I'm trading at the moment, is it might be good for one currency than the other one. So even though the currency has some of the currency pairs, they do have a high correlation, it might be desirable to trade the one currency over the other. So I'm seeing this one in here. However, it's the same picture. I do want to see that 4-hour candle to close before I commit to the trade. So for instance, if this pushes another probably 15 or 20 pips higher and closes very nicely, something like maybe it doesn't have to go that far, so something like up to this level, so another 15 pips, then that would be a very interesting to like I spoke too fast, so this is a retracement. Okay, so if it pushes about 15-20 pips, 120 to 80 zone, then we can look for the retracement. We can look for the retracement down to these highs down here, so that would be a good, yeah, that would be a good potential to take the trade on down to this level. So roughly speaking, about we're going 120 to 55 zone, 120 to 55 or 60 zone down at this level. But again, the first we have to wait for this 4-hour candle to close before we do commit to take the trade. So that is interesting on that one. So if we take So let's pick the mediums. 122.55, 35. So we can allow 20 pips stop loss on this one. That's good. 20 pips we can allow it. So if you go to 55, the target 23. Okay. This one looking interesting actually. So we're gonna hope for that 4-hour candle is gonna close nicely, and then we're gonna see a retracement. Yeah, this one looking definitely better than was it LZD/USD on that? Or was it UNZ? I can't remember which currency it was. But yeah, this was a 23.15. So we're gonna to 55. We're looking 60 pips on a 20 pip stop loss. So we are looking for the 1 to 3 risk reward on that one. So that's good. I do like that odds on that one. Okay, so I'm going to mention the level. I'm going to write the levels on the chat box, so don't worry if you missed what I was talking about or you get confused about it. So I'm going to write the levels on the chat box. One thing again, I keep mentioning, repeating like a robot, but keep in mind that wait for the 4-hour candle to close. Very, very important, because if that closes like a doji, inverted, sort of inverted hammer, or leaves a low tail, then we won't. So that one will disqualify the taking the trade. So if it closes like leaves a long tail, then we're not going to take the trade. As simple as that. Okay, so that will be type. So type will be towards buy, entry would be. So we're just gonna, it's like a waiting, so we're just gonna wait and see which one's gonna work out on that one. So the British pound against USD. So we want the first entry is roughly speaking at 122.55. 122.55. 122.55. The stop loss is, I said 20 pips. 20. I can give it a 25 pips as well. Personally, the 20 would be enough if we get into it 55. So that will position below that 4-hourly low. So it's a bit away from the 4-hourly low as well. So it's I think it's enough room to give it to the markets and see if the hour trade is going to work out. And the targets is we're going to take the target on the 4-hourly high. We got this high as well as this low. So there's a decent resistance level. Actually, I must create some problems. Okay, I don't think it's going to be a big of a deal. So we have this this little resistance, the resistance down here as well. So I think the price will make its way up to this level. I don't think it should be a big of a problem with this one. As I said, the target is 123.15, 123.15, 123.15. So we're looking for the 1 to 3 risk reward. So next one's gonna be British pounds against Aussie. So we are in 14 minutes in already. British pounds. Yeah, a lot of GBP. The trends. Daily time frame. Okay, so British pounds against Australian dollar. So let's see what we have on GBP Aussie. Okay, we are in always downtrend on the daily time frame is concerned. However, this one it doesn't look much movements on the daily time frame. So we have this ugly candles for the last couple, since pretty much last week. Let's go to the short time frame. Sometimes we do end up find the okay, no, this looks pretty bad on the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, it's pretty flat. You just like by looking at this. This is a 4-hour candle. Looking at this, these tails up here, it doesn't really do much. So let's go to 1-hourly. See what we have on a 1-hourly time frame. Yeah, I want to trade this one. It does not looking yeah, it's pretty flat. It doesn't really doing much movement, so it's definitely definitely no. It has to do quite a lot before this one will get me interested. Maybe show some more momentum if the price decides to go lower, or if it decides to go higher. Then certainly I want to see a nice momentum towards upside. But for now, it's yeah, this is not tradable yet. So no levels obviously on this one. It's pretty flat. Just by looking at this candles, it's easy. So what's the next one? NZD CAT. So this is also, I guess, Canada. Okay, so NZD CAT. Let's see what we have. Ooh, flying. Okay. Okay, so this one looks quite similar to the British pounds. I think British pounds are USD, if I'm not mistaken. The price is sitting at the resistance. Oh, the one thing I want to mention, guys, that I already pointed out quite a few currencies. I do mention the levels on quite a few currencies already. So if probably not all of them are gonna work out, but if, let's say that three or four trades gonna work out and you set it up and the price will do what I said it will do, don't take all of the trades because then you're gonna be exposing too much risk. So pick like one or two and trade that the one you like most, I guess, depending if you have a favorite currency, favorite pair to trade. So don't take all of them and then just trade all, let's say four of them, because if something goes wrong, then the others might follow. So just pick one or two and then trade that one, not necessarily to trade all of the currencies, because I already analyzed quite a few currencies and there could be some opportunities on the other ones. Still got quite a few currencies to analyze, so make sure you don't take all of the setups. So because it might go wrong and you're gonna be exposed to the big risk. So we don't want that. So again, and these are the Canada. So it looks similar, as I said. It's up to this resistance level. However, we see that the price already tested that resistance level. It's in this candle, this. It's sort of a doji candle up here, so the price already tested this level, which means, generally when the price, the more times the price tests the area or the resistance or support, so in this case it's going to be resistance, then there's a higher chance the price will break the area. It doesn't mean that it will, but there's the higher chance that the price will break that area. And the single momentum, and we've seen that the price already tested with the momentum. There's a high chance that the potential that the price will break. So let's go to the 4-hourly time frame. Okay, on the 4-hour time frame, we're seeing a nice 4-hourly candle again, but it's obviously not closed yet. So the very similar picture. Yeah, I would want to wait on this one, and it's gonna be a potential for because we are sitting still on that resistance area. The price might it's already here, so maybe the price will go to chop modes in the next couple of hours, or it will. If the only difference is gonna be if the price will gain a lot of momentum and price will start pushing aggressively higher, then that could be it will change to I would trade on that one. But so far I would wait and see how this daily candle is going to close, and that's not going to happen until end of the day today. So this is on a waiting list as well, but it does looking good. So we want to wait for hopefully the price will push and break this level or the resistance level, and then we can trade that currency. So okay, I'm going to return to, so I'm not mentioning the levels again because for now this is on a waiting game. So I'm going to return back to the chart, see, and then I think some of you wrote quite a few things on here. So game changer, and these are against analysis, please. Okay, I've done pretty much all of them. The guys you mentioned, all the currency you want me to analyze. So hello Thomas. So British pounds USD, I've done that. You're welcome. Sure looks for the price. Yeah, I addressed that one as well. Okay, Saish, hello Saish. Thomas, thank you George. Yeah, you're welcome Thomas. Okay, so I do have my. Did I analyze my three currencies? Oh, did I? No, I did not. Okay. I got this track of it's too many currencies. Huh? Wait. I'm missing. Oh, where is that? I don't see it in here. Wait. Oh, right. Okay. Sure, I'll keep. Wait. Okay, I missed. Wait, let me go. So I read that one. British pounds against Australia and ZD against Canada. So start just. I did analyze that. So Chris saying, sure, I will keep watching that. Okay, good. Oh, Sarang. Hello. Good morning, Sarang. And we have fortune teller. Okay, so fortune teller. That's a good name. I like that. Hello, first time here. Hello, fortune teller. Welcome aboard. So yeah, we do this, if you don't know, I didn't mention it probably, but I still mention it. So we do this 1.5 hours, this live streaming. It runs Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. UK time. So you can join us. We do have a nice community to interact. So you can ask questions. Don't be shy. It's nothing to worry about. So ask questions, or if you want me to have a look at any currency pairs, you want me to have a look at it that you are interested but you're not sure about how to trade that one, you can ask it, and then I will have a look at the currency pairs. So we do have still a good 40 minutes, so it's still plenty of time. Chris, be surprised if British pound gets to 125. Yeah, we're gonna see that. It's actually negatively affecting, because I'm sitting. Actually, have a look at the. I'm gonna look at the off charts. How is my? I don't think it's gonna be doing good. Okay, it doesn't look good. So I'm long on a euro against British pounds on a swing trade. So it has a massive spike down and looking like it's coming back up. So as of my swing, it doesn't looking good, but I'm still sitting on there. I'll still see what's gonna do in here, because I can't really close the trade, and I can't. So I can't close the trade, and I can't move the stop loss any further. So I already moved the stop loss in their profit zone, and it's looking good. So I can't really do much about it. So we're gonna wait and see the price, what the price is gonna do. So it's I'm leaving it to the fate to the market on that one. Okay, so Saish, that's a smileys. I like that smileys. It's funny. So Thomas, thank you, George, and US 30. Oh, let's have a look. I don't generally look at. I think that will be on. Dow Jones. Okay. So I'll be on this one. I don't really trade the US 30 and FTSE and all that. I do tend to trade on them. So mainly I trade, let's say like 95% of the time I do trade on the currency. So my main is I do trade on the currency pair. So I don't really trade. Actually, I don't think I traded this one, maybe once, but I don't really trade on this one. So I don't know if you want to take my advice on that one or not. I'll still have a look at it, see how it's gonna go. So generally, I do trade 95% of the times. I do trade on the forex, and the 5% of the times I do look at the other ones as. Other pairs, something like gold, maybe S&P 500, FTSE, and all of that. So let's have a look at it and see what we have on the US 30 in here on a Dow Jones. Okay, let's go to daily time frame. Yeah, as of the technical goes in here, this one looks like also is picking up the momentum towards upside. So it has already broken this this resistance as well. So it's coming up to this this level. Maybe we'll want to. Okay, it hasn't even filled up the gap since we have this gap in here. This gap has not been filled. So maybe the price wants to fill that gap, because it happens quite a long time ago, since beginning of the March. And now it's coming back up. So maybe the price will come up and want to fill that gap up in here. However, again, will be similar on this one. I do want to see, do want to wait and see the this daily time frame, this candle to close. Ideally, we want to see how the price is gonna push. I don't really know what's the pip range on this one. Is it high or not? So I would say maybe it's not the best one to rely on my analysis on this one. So, but I will use my technical skills to analyze. As I said, I would wait personally to wait for this daily candle to close. So we do have this nice candle up here. So I might have a 64. Okay, it looks like it's having a nice pip range actually. Wider pip range on this one, so I think it has a nice pip range. So as I said, wait for this daily candle to close, and if it pushes, ideally I want to see push up, so something similar to this kind of candle, this kind of bullish candle to close, then would be a nice way to trade. So if it pushes up at maybe another 30 pips, so we're saying 24.95, 30 or 35 pips if the price manages to push it up and closes nicely. So it has the entire day to do that, but I would wait for this one, the daily candle, to close on that one, then trade it potentially to. We do have this nice daily high in here. If I gain the level, oh no, we do have this support level. Okay. 25.40. Okay, yeah, maybe the price, where the price is going at the moment is down to this this resistance level down, this resistance level in here. So maybe the price will gravitate towards it, and but the first thing is I do want to wait for this daily candle to close. So let's anticipate. So if the price comes up at 25, about 25.35 zone, 25.30 or 25.35, and also a strong daily bullish candle close on that one, then we can look for the retracement. 25.35 down to 25, around 25.05. So we're looking roughly about 30 pip retracements on that, and let's see the stop loss. So if we go to 25.05, we would be, that's going to be a wide stop loss. That's very wide. Okay, this one's gonna be a very wide, so this is more like a swing. Yeah, this is swing or semi-swing. I do not see any, and right up to 26.30. Okay, 25.05. So we're looking for 125 pip gain with. Okay, this one is tricky. If the price comes up, so 35 retracement down to 25.05. What is this one? Ooh. Yeah, very wide stop loss. So that was going to require 55 pips. So that's going to require 55 pips on this one. So with the way when I'm looking at this one, what I see for the potential is if the price manages to come up to this resistance level, which is at around 25.35 zone, and closes strongly as of the bullish candle, then a retracement down to this level, which is roughly about 25.05, but this stop loss we're going to position at 24, minimum at 24.50. So we're looking for the 55 pip stop loss, and our target is going to be up to these highs. So it's like a semi-swing in a way. So our target is going to be at 26.30, so that means 125 pip again with a 55 pip stop loss. So we're looking at just over 1 to 2 risk reward. So if you're happy with the risk reward, then you can take the trades. So that's just my personal view on this one. But as I said, probably I'm not the best one on this particular, the US 30 to rely on my on this analysis. So I'm just so this is my personal view, the way I would trade this one. So the risk reward is, in my perspective, is not as good because I would do like to have a 1 to 3 risk reward, but certainly does looking potential for the upside, and it does looking that the price it's gaining momentum towards upside. So it's a good moves so far, but we do want to see and wait how this daily candle is going to close, and it has to push up to this the 25.35 zone. So I'm gonna write the levels on that one. So US, so US 30. The type would be buy. But that will be that will be tomorrow, so that won't be, and that's not going to happen today because we want to wait for the daily candle to close. But we can keep in mind. So type the buy, the entry. Oops, entry would be at 25.05 after it's come up. This is 25.05. 25.05. Stop loss is at 55 pips, and the target is at, which one was it, 26.35, I believe it was up here, 26.35. 26.35. But yeah, we need to wait for this the daily candle to close, and it has to get to that resistance level and that strong daily close on that. Okay, so that was US 30. We analyze it. Aussie USD, is it? Okay, so this is the mine. Okay, the my currency. Okay, so let's have a look at the Aussie USD. The USD. Okay, so we're going Forex. Yeah, this is as I did mention on the, I think it was the Euro against US. Was it Euro against USD? I can't remember. I think so. Yeah, one of the currencies. I already missed how many. It does look in the similar picture as of the momentum. We got upside, but we are still on this resistance level. So we got this resistance, so I do want to see the price breaking that resistance, and after that would give it a try to trade, because we do have this resistance. That does not mean we can confirm that the price break this one until we see this daily candle to close. We might even sit on that one and start chopping after that. Hopefully it will not do that, because that means that we're gonna have less trading opportunities. Because we need a volatility. Yeah, looks like it's gaining a lot of momentum towards upside, so it does looking good. So hopefully it will continue that way. But so far as of trading this one, yeah, so trading this one is a waiting game, really. 60.45. Yeah, this one was in a waiting game, at least as there's some of the other currencies I analyzed, but it does looking good. Yeah, maybe on a New York session the price will push even higher and maybe come up and shows even more momentum. Then after that I will be looking to jump in, but that has to happen yet. So far is waiting. So we're going to sit and wait, practice our patience. So patience is very important when it comes to trading. That's where the most people struggle, and I was struggling the same as well, because typically I think that's more like a the new trader thing. We want to the new traders, they want to be in the trade all the time. Their excitement is very charming. So yeah, the very exciting part when you trade, and especially when the price is going in your way, it's like the adrenaline rush. So it is very sort of an addictive in a way. So that's where the discipline comes in. So Aussie against USD I analyze. So we got USD Japanese yen. USD JPY. Let's see what we have. Oh, I do have a trade on this one as well. So 2 trades on this one. Still sitting on the swings, but of course, USD JPY does not really pushing any way. Okay, Usdjpy is on this. Yeah, I've been waiting for this one to break that resistance level, but so far it is not doing it. It just gives me a hard time. So we tested so many times this level already. Like okay, it's nearly tested 1, 2, pretty much almost like 3 times, and it came up for the 4th time to test it. And the way it looks like now, it's like. The market, the price is saying that I'm gonna still think about it if I want to break it or not. So okay, let's go to 4-hour time frame, see if we got any. Okay, so my suspicions on a 4-hour time frame are the same. Yeah, so this one doesn't really look favorable to trade as of yet. Okay, so the nice performance. So on a 1-hour time frame, did this high, so tested this high, came up to test again, and then immediate retracement down, and now it's back down to this this lows down here. So it's, yeah, this is on a waiting list as well. So we're gonna still see. Hopefully it's gonna break at some point. Yeah, on a waiting game. So no levels on this one as well. And the last one is the euro against the USD. So let's have a look at the euro against USD. Okay, so this one gaining momentum. Yeah, so we are on a euro USD. We are in a choppy range. We're still in that choppy range, and yeah, we've been on the choppy range for quite a while. So it's just like where the price gonna break it or not. The way it's looking, I'm thinking that it's probably gonna break up, and the momentum we are seeing towards upside on the other currency pairs as well potentially will break higher. So we came down and test. Which one was it? Okay, so we came down and test this low down here. We put then this spinning top candle in here, and then now it's pushing the price is going higher. So let's go and see what we can do about it. Okay, so I think this one actually represents more day trades opportunities potentially. Around 50. Let's see. But again, we are facing a similar struggle. The 4-hourly candle. Okay, so to 0950, that could be the targets. Okay, this one's not going to close it. So let's go to 1-hour time frame. Yeah, it does looking interesting as of to trade on a day trade wise. However, again, we are still sitting on the same. It's the same thing, like the 4-hourly candles. The way they're constructed, I do want to see the 4-hourly candle to close. So that's the only sort of a missing piece that is missing, that I want to see that the price is demonstrating more strength, and it will continue towards upside, because if that candle closes something like this one, or doji, or inverted hammer candle, that means that okay, the sellers are still strong. So again, this is a waiting, still waiting. See what's gonna do in the next couple of hours on that one. Okay, it's quite tricky. This is more trickier than the other ones I mentioned, the levels I mentioned before. This is a bit more trickier in here. Okay. 30 zone. I look at this one a couple of hours, so I think 2 or 3 hours before. So it was looking that it's looking potential to continue with the downside or upside, but because we had this this move, I was looking that maybe it will continue. When I was looking at this one, I think it was down to somewhere down to this level, and then I was waiting if the price going to break this level, and it did. But we put this tiny 4-hour candle, which I don't like to see that tiny 4-hour candle, and then the price now on this 4-hourly time frame, the price is looking that it's gaining momentum. So it's nice to. It's very well to trade upside, but there's still a few things I want to see and wait, and it might change in the next hour or two. So I won't mention any levels at this point, but there's been plenty on the chart box to trade off. Okay, so I analyze my currencies as well. So. So yes, so let's back to the chat box. So we still got about just over 20 minutes. Okay, so Saish, thank you, George. We'll wait for the close. Welcome, Saish. And oh yeah, the news. The news. Let's have a look at the news. So let's go back to the news. Yeah, guys, if you got any questions, shoot them in the chat box or any other. Whatever the currency you want me to have a look at it. I know I have a look at it already, quite a lot of them, but yeah, we still have 20 minutes, so we can use that. So as of the news goes, we do have a key news out today. However, it's very late at night. So we got at 6 p.m. on the Forms members, the Bank of Canada, so governor's speech at 10 p.m. Oh no, both of them are 10 p.m. So you know this one is not 6 p.m. So both of them are 10 p.m. So one is from the Canada and the other one is for the New Zealand side. So both of them are quite significant news. Stability. I'm not sure. I don't think this one's going to create too much volatility, but certainly on the Bank of Canada governor's speech, it might create the volatility depending on what the speech is going to like and depending on what he's going to mention on the speech. This one, I don't think it's going to create too much volatility. This is okay. No, this is another speech. The Reserve Bank of New Zealand. Okay, this might also create the volatility. Yeah, the Barcelona speech I thought was reports, the different reports out. So yeah, this is the two key news. We got something in mind. So make sure if you leave the trade open overnight, make sure that keep that in mind that we do have these two news out. So one is in Canada and the other one is in New Zealand dollar. So we do have that two key news out on these two currencies. So make sure you know that before deciding to leave the trade open overnight, because when you wake up you might see a massive spike on the unfavorable direction. And definitely don't forget to use the stop loss. So that's also very important. I know a lot of people don't like to use the stop loss because they do not want to take the loss, and yeah, it's better to take the small loss than suffer a big unwanted losses. So definitely take a small loss. That's why we are here. That's why we use the stop loss. That's why we are risking a fraction of the capital. And the one thing, guys, please smash that like if you find this video helpful, or if you find that you like this video, please smash that like. It really means a lot to me and it really helps my channel to grow. So I do appreciate your support from that one. So hit the like. It really it means a lot to me, and yeah, it plays a big role when it comes to YouTube. So as of yeah, YouTube tracks on the likes and comments and all that, so it's important for the YouTube ranking and all that, so it's very important. So make sure to smash it like. So we do have 20 minutes, guys, so if you got any more questions or any other I don't know, any other currency you want me to have a look at it, yeah, just pop it in the chat box. We do have 20 minutes. I'll give it about a couple of minutes, so if I don't see any of you any interactions, then I will be, so we will be signing out early. And I do want to say massive thank you to Emily, which is she's a Forex Gym assistant. So we decided it was actually her idea to put as a Forex Gym assistant instead of her name, because it does looking more professional. So I do agree on that one. So yeah, so massive thank you to her, because yeah, she's helping me out a lot with your inquiries and the questions. So I keep it very organized. Otherwise, I will be on and off with the chat box, and it will not be as awesome as when Emily's helping me. Smiley faces. So yeah, guys, I'll give it a couple of minutes. So if I don't see any more interactions with the chat box, then I will be signing out. Chris is saying LOL. Yeah, funny. Oh, how do you like my my new? So I put this subscribe, and so I'm still like experimenting with the different software. Ooh, looks pretty bad. So I do have this subscribe and the we've got Instagram logo. So I was looking for how these people, you see some of them on the YouTube, they do like the live stream, and then they put this subscribe and all the other different things on the screen while they are live streaming. So I was like, how the heck do they do that? So because I'm still like on the, I would say, new on YouTube. So I've been uploading consistently for what, 3 months? Yeah, about 3 months. So I would say it's still like a fresh. So I'm still learning a lot on the YouTube, how YouTube works, and SEO and all that. There's a lot of stuff going on top of the trading, the live streaming, and to managing all the other social medias as well. So yeah, it does take quite a bit of energy, let's say. So yeah. And the other one is, yeah, I think I'm on like a few social medias. Very posh Usdjpy. Posh. Yeah. So give it a few more minutes, and then see if anyone. Yeah, so far I did analyze quite a bit of currencies. How many I analyzed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many? Oh, I got the list. See, she's very organized. She got the list as well. Oh, I do like that. I should be paying her actually. Oh, yes. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, 10. So 10 pairs. It's quite a bit. Yeah, I think it's enough to trade. So enough. Obviously not all of them, but I think I did wrote quite a few levels on some of them. Some of them are for tomorrow sessions. As of like US 30, this is more for the tomorrow for the trades, depending how the daily candle close. But we do have, yeah, it looks like the price is picking up. The market is picking up the momentum, which is good. We need that volatility to trade. Yeah, yesterday being very flat. So yeah, it's boring when it's flat and there's nothing happening, and when the market suddenly picks up, it's very very good. Very good on that. So we need the volatility. Okay, guys. So we will be signing out as of 15 minutes early. So we're going to be signing out, see what's going to happen today as of the volatility. So hopefully we're going to have more opportunities to trade in the market and see how this the daily candles, which I mentioned, to close. Chris is saying Mr. Andrew reckons he got 300 pieces of which was USD. Yeah, I don't know where he's getting that. I actually looked him up on the internet, and the website he's having. Yeah, it does not look that he's legit. It's a lot of more like smart marketing, as I did commented on your comment, Chris, and yeah, it's just a lot of smart marketing, and actually that was one of the reasons why I wanted to start this YouTube channel. So I did not even think about to start. I was just trading by myself, and I was fine with it. But then on Instagram especially. So I was going into, and then you see the ads are popping up and see, oh, make 16,000 in 1 week by investing $100 US. Like, that's such a nonsense. But obviously, when you are as of the new traders, they get into this trading, they have no idea what's the realistic expectations and all that. They just think that, okay, if you put 100 USD or 100 pounds, whatever the currency you were using, then, oh yeah, you're gonna make 16 grand within a week. That is there is very small, I would say, very small percentage of people who can do that. But over the long run, you might get lucky for like maybe one or two, maybe a few times. But at the end, he will end up wiping out your entire account. So to turn like 100 USD in something like 16k within a week, you need like the massive leverage, and then you only need like one losing trades, and yeah, that's it. Your account is done, and most likely going to be sitting in a minus negative, yeah, the huge amount. So I did try to, before I even started the YouTube channel, so I was trying to commenting on that gurus who were claiming to making 16 grand within a week. So I was like commenting on the comments that this is nonsense, and trying to tell people and save people to signing up to their amazing strategy, 98% strategy win rate they're offering, or whatever they're offering on that one, and to all their courses and all that. Yeah, because I don't really have like the following, and my name is not really established, so it's like I don't. So let's say that my word does not have as much weight as someone who has, let's say, like, I don't know, the 50,000 followers on social media, and the other one who was like 20 following. So in that case, I was on that 20 following. Probably still am, but I'm very impatient. I'm very determined as well. So I will once I gain that audience, my word will have more weight, and then it will be much easier to expose that scammers who are saying, and hopefully to save these people and new traders, especially to for the disaster they can get in because of this smart marketing and the fake gurus who are using the marketing strategies to gain, to make the money out of the poor people. So I find that's very bad. So another one for J, take profits, some USA. Yeah, it's so many of them. It's just like, it's too many of them. I got also some of the comments on my YouTube comments, but you don't see them because the YouTube spam filter is pretty good, so they go straight to the spam, which is I'm pretty happy with the YouTube spam filter, because they go straight to the spam, and then I just delete them. So yeah, it's too many of them. So we don't calling out these people. So yeah, actually I was thinking about, and Emily suggested that it's a good idea to call these people out, and yeah, I'm thinking to do that or not. So yeah, let me know if you think it's a good idea. So I did find quite a few people who actually claiming to making this and that and thousands out of the forex trading, and one of them was particularly funny because that's the girl, the guru trader. She was offering, I think the video was something, it's on YouTube, I can't remember what, Tashi, I think it's Tashi or something, her name, I'm not sure, about basically the video. One of the videos she uploaded was the 10 ways to make money. What was the name of that video? I find it particularly funny because one of out of that 10 tips, one of them was that don't take the high leverage. So one of the tips she mentioned, don't take too big leverage, and then she said, basically contradict herself, what she said, that I have this private VIP group chat. If you want to join that, you're gonna be if you put $100 into this private your brokerage account, we're gonna turn that 100 into 1,000 within a week. So the only way to turn 100 USD into 1,000 USD to have a high leverage. So it goes against what she said, and yeah, there's a lot of them like this. It's just a pain. Good problems, but okay. Maybe after I gaining a lot of subscribers, then after that I might do that. So I was still thinking on that. So I think it will be maybe later. So for now, I'm gonna stick to what I'm doing. I think what I know best. Okay, guys. So I will be signing out. So that will be it for today. And yeah, thank you so much for your support, and the interaction was great today. And massive thank you to Emily. She's been helping me out a lot. Forex Gym Assistant. So her name is Emily. The ones who do not know. And yeah, massive thank you to her. And also, guys, smash the like. It really means a lot to me, and it helps my channel immensely to grow. So I will see you guys tomorrow at 8 a.m. UK time. So I'm gonna be here on the live Forex analysis. So with another 1.5 hours at 8 a.m. UK time. Have a great day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. And yeah, no, okay. So yeah, see you guys tomorrow, 8 a.m. UK time.